to another Chew and Chat. I am Justine Dorn, and this is my fiance Ron Rayfield, and we have, on a really cozy rainy day that's not super hot for once, we have some comfort food. We got meat and potatoes. Oh, it's a classic, right? It goes back thousands of years. So we have some beef with gravy and served with pickles from the 1796 edition of the Frugal Housewife. And we also have some potatoes. It's just such a simple recipe. It's just my own potato recipe to go along with it. I thought we needed something.
Well, it smells delicious in here, and as you can tell, I got a little wet earlier.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that later.
Yep, and I also have horseradish because it recommended to serve beef with horseradish. Now that's a thing. Back then, pork was served with mustard and beef was always served with horseradish. And I hate horseradish.
I don't like it either.
But here we go for you guys. We're gonna do it.
Every time I eat horseradish, it feels like somebody just punched me right in the nose, and it's
I don't like it.
it's a weird feeling. I don't like it.
I don't like it. And so for our pickled goods here, we have some pickled red onions and we have pickled cabbage, aka sauerkraut.
All right.
Okay, so let's dig into
Get me some of this.
It's pretty good. I am gonna eat all of that pickled cabbage, I'll tell you right now.
Now you're not a beef gal. You're more of a pork and chicky person, right?
Yeah, I like pork. Pork is my favorite meat.
Now beef is my favorite meat. Now I love chicken and pork, but beef, that's good.
We got the beef. Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Beef is what's for dinner.
Yeah, it really is.
Get me
Here.
some taters.
You messed up my tablecloth.
Oh my, I'm sorry.
I forgive you. I'm gonna get some of that. And we will try it exactly like how they told us to do in 1796 with horseradish. Because we aren't quitters.
No,
we're not cheaters. We don't take excuses. We don't take shortcuts. We do exactly what they want us to do, and we're going to do it for better or for worse.
That's right, and before we go any farther, if you'd like to see this meal being made and all the other meals that we ever eat here on Frontier Patriot, please go to our main channel, that's Early American. Over there, you can see Justine making all these delicious meals, and sometimes I help out, but mostly it's just her. So over there, we cook it.
And here we eat it.
And here we eat it. Give me some of that horseradish.
Here you go. I feel like they call it horseradish because...
It's because they grind up horses and radish together and you get horseradish.
I feel like it's because when you eat it, it feels like a horse kicked you.
Yeah.
You really plot that right in the middle, even though you don't like it?
Well, I don't know how you're supposed to eat it with it. It's already got its own sauce, so I'm
gonna put it off to the side.
Around here.
Wow. Okay, now you can't get away from it at all.
But I am going to be going for the mushroom ketchup that's over there. I have not used that in a while.
Okay.
I hope it's still good.
Hint, hint, I have to get up and get it.
Is it my turn or your turn to pray?
My turn, actually. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for the rain because it hasn't rained in many weeks. Thank you for our health. Thank you for this food. Thank you for the health of everyone that's watching right now and the health of their families and their loved ones. Thank you for all our friends. I hope this food nourishes our bodies. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Yes. I can't believe you really just smeared that all over every little piece.
Well, here's a piece that's plain. I'm going to try it
Okay.
Mmm.
That's the sound the cow made, actually.
Mmm. Interesting flavor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it has nutmeg in it.
It does have nutmeg in it. Of course it does.
Now let me try it with the horseradish.
It's pretty good. What are those little baby coughs? What do you think?
It's like a brain freeze, but it's like it goes right up to your nostril.
Yep.
It's better without the horseradish.
I can't believe people seriously out there enjoy horseradish. What is wrong with you? Who raised you? Yeah, I don't like it either. Okay, I'm about to try it though.
Oh, I need a drink.
You did it, so I gotta do it.
Wow. My nostrils are on fire.
Nope. Don't like it.
Oh,
I don't like it.
I don't like this.
Anyone out here, do you like horseradish? Really?
I know there's somebody saying, oh, I put that on everything.
I put it on my cereal,
Well,
put it on my milk, put it on my ice cream.
Well, they've got sinuses of steel then. Because mine are on fire right now.
They'll probably never get a sinus infection or a clogged nose a day in their life.
I'm sure it's good for you. Unfortunately, I got this all over this, so I've got to eat it. So you guys just have to bear with my
I knew it
weird
was a bad
faces.
idea. I knew it. Yeah, you really smeared it on there. Regrets.
Oh, man.
Really, Ron? It's that bad? How much did you eat?
Whoa! Woo! Woo!
He's got a brain freeze, but from horseradish. Do I need to call a medic? Can you? How many fingers am I holding up right now?
2.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Why'd you put that much on? It's horseradish. You don't just smear it on like mayo.
Okay, I think I'm out of the woods.
You know why God made woman? So that woman can teach men. Why did you do that?
I do not like that.
Yeah, I don't like horseradish either. But you know what? It said to do it, so we doing it. At least we had a bite. And
Yeah, the rest of it, I'm raking it off. Oh, I tell you what is good is those pickled onions with the sauerkraut and that gravy.
Yeah, this dish does go very well with pickles. Pickles are not just cucumbers.
And I don't even like onions or sauerkraut normally. But it, all together, it's working. And the potatoes are delicious.
Thank you, Ron.
But yeah, no, I gotta scrape off the horseradish. Way too intense.
We just confirmed what we already know, that we don't like horseradish. That should be this week's poll. Do you like horseradish?
Wow.
Again? You tried another bite?
I even raked it off. Wow.
Ron, you look like you're about to cry.
I am.
Oh my gosh, his eyes are red right now.
Am I allergic to it?
No, it's just horseradish. You put way too much on. It's really hot. What is horseradish, by the way? It's a root called horseradish. It tastes like wasabi because it is wasabi. In America, usually wasabi is just horseradish with green food dye added. If you go to Japan, wasabi can actually be the plant wasabi, but it's actually very, very expensive. So usually people just take the horseradish root and they make it green, and boom, it's wasabi.
I did not know that. Yeah, I might just need another plate because it's kind of all intertwined in the meat here. Unfortunately. I can't do it. I can't keep making faces. They're going to turn it off. They're going to say, ew, look at his face.
Okay, I'm getting a bowl.
Thank you. I'll at least break off the horseradish contaminated stuff.
It's contaminated. It's toxic waste.
I can't do it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm wimping out on you.
You made a mistake, Ron.
I did.
You made a mistake.
I turned my back on mushroom ketchup, and this is what happened.
Let me get that for you.
Oh, thank you.
No
I
problem.
hope it's still good. It's been up there for a year. Okay, let me get some clean dinner here.
Non-contaminated.
Yes, non-toxic. Could you please pass the mushroom ketchup?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. It's still raining outside.
Oh yeah, it's in there. That's to ferment it.
See what Ron does? He never just samples things. He just poured a whole lot on there.
Oh, it can't be bad mushroom ketchup.
Yeah, but that's been sitting in this jug for a year.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Oh. I'm running out of bowls for you to rake your food in. Okay, you like it?
I like it. Much better.
Well, good.
Now we're back on track.
Okay, good.
So, I have an update about the house. The walls are up. We tarred it the other day.
Whoa, whoa. The walls are not up. The foundation walls are up.
The foundation walls, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry to mislead you guys. We don't work that fast.
The foundation walls are up. The foundation floor is in.
Mm-hmm.
It's tarred on the outside. And we're just about ready to start putting some wood on this thing.
Yep. Foundation is just about done. At least for now it is. We are going to revisit the foundation at a later time. And it's going to be a combination of concrete and stone because pure stone foundations leak so bad.
And they cost a fortune.
Yeah, but mainly they leak so bad. I mean, after 5 years, you'll start leaking.
So I've got to go around the foundation with like 1/2 inch cut limestone or sandstone, whichever we go with. And then mortar that on there all the way around the house. So it looks like the real deal.
Yeah, so we're doing a combination of a concrete foundation with a cellar and everything in there and stone to get the best of both worlds. So we're almost done with that. Then we're going to move on to septic and then we're going to do the framing, which is the exciting part because that's actual hammer and nailing, building the house. And you know what? I decided that we're going to make a series out of this.
We are?
We are going to make a series out of this. So at first I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put out one video at the end of this process. But that's not going to be for a year. I don't want to do that to you all.
We can't make you wait that long.
Yeah, I can't do that. So I'm going to, after every single segment, like the foundation, I'm going to release a video. And then when we're done with the framing, I'm going to release a video. And then when we're done, I don't know, with the electric and the plumbing, I don't know, I'll put out a video, but so on and so forth. So we're almost done with the foundation part. So hopefully within 2 weeks, I will get the foundation video up and I will put that series on Frontier Patriot where you're at right now. And it'll probably be a very lengthy project. There might be over 10 parts to the series because the very last part is probably going to be getting livestock and planting a garden. So this is a whole homestead process.
Yes.
I'm going to call it Building a Homestead Part 1.
Very original.
The foundation. Probably not, but you know what? That's what it is. We're building a homestead. So keep an eye out for that. I'm really excited to get that video together. I've been filming this entire process so far, so I already have all the footage. I got, I don't even know, maybe 3 or 4 hours of just raw footage saved up with the foundation process.
Every time I turn around, she got the camera on me. It's like, was my butt showing?
No, no, no. Yeah, it's gonna have Ron in it a little bit more than me because I'm the camera girl, so you can't see me. It's just Ron and I doing a lot of this house building project.
Yep.
So there's no one, like, there's no designated camera person to film us. It's just Ron and I. But we'll try to trade the camera off at times so you can see both of us.
I love these potatoes.
I know, I love these potatoes and I love it with the cabbage.
I love all of this actually, just not the horseradish.
Yeah, you can have some of this. Like Ron said, I do not like beef. I like beef if it's in a burger, don't get me wrong.
Everybody loves burger.
Yeah, just about everybody likes a burger, but I'm more of a pork person and I like poultry.
Oh, speaking of burgers, I know somebody's gonna say, did they have burgers back then?
Did they have burgers back then?
We did something last summer that was very close and very similar to a burger. They were little beef cakes.
Oh yeah, they
Yes.
just weren't in bread though.
Right. So be sure to check out that video because those were really good.
Yeah, they were ground. It was ground beef mixed with bacon cut up really small and then cooked in a skillet like a patty. So it really looked like a really awesome burger patty.
Yeah, like a little slider.
Yeah, it did. There was just no bread involved. So Ron, what would you give this dish? 1 out of 10. How would you review this beef dish from 1796?
This is getting a 10.
What?
It gets a 10 out of 10.
Really?
You could eat this today and not say, is this historic? So weird. It tastes that good.
I guess I see your point. Yeah, if you just decorated it a little differently,
Yeah, especially
made it look modern.
Yeah, if this was, plated up separately, all three things, you would never know that this dish is 200 something odd years old.
Very
So,
true.
This is delicious.
Thank you.
I would eat this, every Friday night.
Just serve it with whatever pickles you like. It just said pickles. There's so many different kinds of pickles out there. And back then there were so many different kinds of pickles you wouldn't believe it. Pickled asparagus, pickled eggs.
Olives.
Well, they probably didn't serve it with pickled olives.
Right, but olives are pickled.
Well, nowadays, yeah, you could.
Right. Pickles aren't always just the cucumbers.
Cucumbers, no. There's so many kinds of pickles. Americans love pickled things.
Mm-hmm.
They pickle pigs' feet for crying out loud in this country. Which, I don't like that, but...
That only...
Yeah, I have this rule where I will not eat feet. It's a pretty safe rule. Can't go wrong with that rule. I will say though, with potatoes, with that gravy, with the tangy vinegariness of the pickles, it is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't like beef much, so I'm kind of avoiding the beef, but for those of you out there, if you like it, that'll just be extra icing on the cake for you to have beef too. Okay, Ron, so let us know what happened this week in History Go!
So I've got kind of a short list this week. So on June 15th, 1752, Benjamin Franklin conducts his kite experiment, as you've seen earlier. So the myth about that is everybody was taught that the lightning bolt struck the key and it proved that there was electricity. Well, that's completely false.
Okay.
That did not happen. What he did was he flew the kite. It was raining outside. There was a metal rod on the kite.
Okay.
And then when the rope was wet, he used a piece of hemp rope, and so it's a conductor all the way down. Well, he had the key way down here at the bottom of the rope, within arm's reach. From the key to his hand, holding onto the kite, he had a piece of silk ribbon. And that was dry, and it wasn't, so it's not a conductor.
Okay.
So what he proved is that there is static electricity in the atmosphere.
Okay, so it's not like he got struck by lightning. He would have died.
Yes.
It was static electricity in a stormy, cloudy sky that just naturally traveled down the rope, and that's what he felt.
So whenever he put his finger close to the key that was dangling, it does a little spark. So that's what really happened. But it does sound cool saying he flew the kite and then
he got struck by lightning.
Yeah. Now there was a Russian guy that conducted this experiment a few years after he did, and he actually got zapped by lightning. It hit the thing and all the way down and it killed him.
Okay, so if you're out there flying a kite and it really does, and there's metal at the bottom and the lightning really does strike you, you will die.
You will die. Yes.
So do not try that at home.
Do not try that at home.
Yeah.
We were very safe when I did it, and it was strictly for fun purposes.
That was very clever of Benjamin Franklin. Did he know to put the silk at the end and then somehow it wouldn't conduct electricity all the way down so it would save his life?
Yes.
He was a very intelligent man for the time.
Also,
for sure.
he was standing under a roof when he did this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. He was not in a field or up on top of a hill.
He was inside?
He was probably under a barn or something.
Okay.
And so he was standing out of shelter so he would stay dry. Mm-hmm. And the silk ribbon from the key would stay dry.
Oh, yeah,
But from the key on up, it's a wet piece of rope, and then there's the metal rod picking up the electricity, and it just travels down it. So anyways, that's your scientific lesson for today.
That is really neat. So that happened this week in American history.
Yes. Alright, my next one up is 1836, also on June 15th. Arkansas becomes the 25th state, so happy birthday, Arkansas. And I have another one for June 15th as well. On 1844, Charles Goodyear, you guys know what Goodyear is, right?
Goodyear tires?
Yes, Goodyear
What?
tires. Charles Goodyear patents vulcanization, which is the process of making strengthened rubber.
Okay, so he patented
How to make strengthened rubber.
how to make strong rubber, which would later on become rubber tires that we know today.
Yes. And then, on June 17th in 1885, the Statue of Liberty arrives in New York Harbor.
Yeah, it came from France.
Yes.
Could you give me those pickles, Ron?
Yes.
Thank you. The potatoes and the pickles and the gravy is just really good.
And that's all I've got for today in history. Now, there was one I left off the list. We looked at it. It was not American history, but it's pretty cool. I'm going to mention it.
Yep, even though it's not American history, it's just so mind-blowing.
In 1667, a doctor conducts the very first blood transfusion.
Picture this. A young boy becomes ill. The doctors at the time, they believe in bloodletting. Now, thank goodness by our time period, the 1820s, very few people still did bloodletting. Even in the early 1800s, they realized that this is a very primitive medicine.
It doesn't work.
But in 1667, they still thought that was a thing because people thought that when you were sick, they had to purge the disease out of your blood. There was some physical thing inside you they had to get out, which they were a little right, but really wrong at the same time. So they cut and drained that boy of way too much blood. So he was dying because he didn't have enough blood. Well, this doctor says, oh, this is my chance to try out my very sinister idea of putting and introducing new blood into someone when they lose too much blood. Now, at the time, I don't know if it's because he didn't have a volunteer, or there were laws about that, I don't know, or he just thought blood was blood, which I guess maybe that's it. He thought he could use animal blood. So he used a sheep's blood, but he didn't put a lot in this boy. He only put a couple ounces of sheep's blood in the boy, and he lived. The boy actually lived, but now we know the only reason why he lived is because he only put a couple ounces in the boy. If he had put a lot, he would have died.
Probably.
So the sheep's blood had absolutely nothing to do with the boy's recovery. In fact, it probably made it worse. The boy would have recovered with or without the sheep's blood anyway. So when the doctor saw that, he thought, oh my gosh, I'm onto something here. What's happening here? So he started doing all these experiments. Okay, his next victim, someone who was mentally ill. He went to an insane asylum. And he got a guy who was perfectly physically healthy, and he was going to do another experiment on him. This time he used cow's blood, actually calf's blood, because he thought that the younger the animal was, the more pure and healthy the animal was. So he used a young calf. And so he drained some blood out of this guy, and then he introduced calf's blood, but it wasn't just a couple ounces this time. He actually ended up doing multiple blood transfusions to this man, like 3 of them or something like that.
And didn't you say his, had burning sensation inside his skin?
Yeah, the guy complained very quickly that he had a very intense burning sensation all throughout his body, especially his armpits and his groin. That's because his body was rejecting the blood. It treats it as a foreign object. So it was sending white blood cells to attack what was in his veins. So his body was basically attacking his own body by this point. Now he survived for a little bit because he's made it through multiple transfusions, but big surprise, he died. But the doctor didn't think it was because of the blood transfusion. He thought that the man had been poisoned by arsenic. And he thought, oh, someone poisoned my patient! Pulling out his hair and everything, he was super frustrated. He would not accept that it was his fault. Shortly after this, France actually banned blood transfusions because they thought it was absolutely barbaric. I wonder why.
Yeah, back then it probably was.
Well, clearly it was. I mean, it's nuts. We now know that you cannot put an animal's blood inside of a human. They will reject it. In fact, most people, you can't even switch blood. It has to be the exact right blood type or else they will reject it as a foreign body inside of them. So it's actually really more complicated than that. But he was onto something, just totally off, but onto something.
He was thinking outside the box.
Yeah, it really was. It's really raining out there.
It's coming down.
Yes, it is.
This is really good.
It is really good. I like it.
Hey, if you guys want to see some really awesome crafts, how to do stuff, please check out our good friend Candy's channel, Cabin Crafts. Over there, she teaches you how to do all kinds of crafts and
If you guys didn't know, we're actually in her videos too.
Yes, we are.
So we have 3 different channels basically. We have Early American, this one, Frontier Patriot, and then Cabin Crafts. And even though Candy owns that one, we're in just about every other one of those videos.
Yes.
Someone mailed me something so awesome this week. Like mind-blowingly awesome. And you know who you are out there. You mailed me an elderberry plant. Like an actual live elderberry bush that was this big. I'm very impressed by how you did it because it was very professional. You wrap the roots up in wet paper towels, you put in a plastic bag, you cut off the top, and I planted it at our property already. I absolutely love it. I already have 2 other elderberry bushes, but they're only half the size of that one. And I found one growing wild along our driveway that's about 5 feet tall. So I am an elderberry hoarder now. I absolutely love elderberries. That was an awesome gift.
We're gonna change our name from Rayfield Ridge to Elderberry Hill.
I guess so.
Well, funny thing is, our good friend Candy, who has the Sassafras Creek cabin and store, we actually have an abundance of sassafras trees right next to the creek on our property.
Like I'm talking 50 of them.
So we sent her a picture and said, hey, this is the real Sassafras Creek, and she got a kick out of that.
Yeah.
That was funny.
So thank you so much for mailing me a gift that keeps on giving, which is something that we can eat, a plant.
Yes.
And that really made me think. So I actually put it in the About section of my channel on Early American, but I'll say it here too. If you guys have any heritage seeds or any heritage plants that have been in North America, especially Missouri, but at least North America, pre-1840, I would love to have them because we are working on a heritage garden, and it's not just any old one, because usually when you go to a seed store and it says heritage seeds, well, that could be something from 1890, you know, or even 1900. We're doing really early, so we're doing 1840 and earlier. So all the apple trees I have out there and the pear trees are varieties that Thomas Jefferson had in his garden at Monticello, or could have had. And I want to have all my flowers, my plants, my herbs, my fruits, my vegetables, everything. I think it would be a really cool project to have an early 1800s American garden. I just thought that's such a cool concept.
Well, we're doing everything else, so you may as well do the garden too.
Might as well. And you know what? Elderberry counts, because they had elderberry in America at this time. So if you have any, mail them. I will give them a good hold.
Mish Mish wants to make an appearance. Everybody always asks, where's Mish Mish?
He was sleeping.
He's always all right and okay. He's either outside playing or he's sleeping.
He's a cat. You can't hurt a cat.
But it's raining, so he's inside today.
Yeah.
He says, what's all this commotion going on over here? I gotta come say hi.
Yeah, he was sleeping. He has a little bed over there, a pillow, and he sleeps there. Hey, buddy. Mish Mish. Hey, boy.
You know, it's funny, there is somebody on the chat that has the name Mish Mish.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Last week they said something, and I was like, Mish Mish, how are you typing with your little paws? But it's not actually us or the cat, it's somebody else that coincidentally has the same name.
Yeah, well, I asked him about it, and he said he's had that account since before we even got Mish Mish, so it's just a really weird coincidence, I guess. Hey, buddy. Or is it? Maybe he secretly does know how to type.
He does. He goes. Well, hey guys, we're gonna hop off here and enjoy the rest of this rainy day. It's really pretty and pleasant here. So we hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
We will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. We love you guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.